Hello, Mr. Keshe. How are you tonight, or this morning, or wherever you happen to be?
Hey, Rick. I just came to eavesdrop.
Pretty hard. You have to change your name when you do that.
We tried it, but they say once you speak, then they know the name every time you appear.
Mm,
The only thing I think I would have come with the name of Susie or Janet.
yeah, that could work.
Dean, Mr. Keshe, Dean told us there was some uncontrollable laughter coming out of the enhancement unit earlier today, and Dean seemed to be quite full of energy himself. I know he's getting some sort of after effect, but he said there was just such happiness upon going through the system. I don't know if you were there. I know you said you were traveling, but
I'm there.
I
always watch.
Sounded like a very enjoyable time.
I think we'll have the interesting part tomorrow. And we'll see what happens, what we're going to show and what it is. And hopefully it's created a lot of confusion in the knowledge seekers what we showed last week. So we have to clarify that one, and we do it differently tomorrow. Tomorrow we will work all together at the same time. And then we'll see what happens.
What you mentioned in the clip we just heard about installing those units when the new construction is made, and you mentioned a small gas turbine. What's your thought on that? That it would recharge something?
No, wait for the surprise tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a structure. No, we have a full structure, sustainable structure for life. We got to work it out, and we can do it. Have any of you bought a ticket for a mobile transportation?
Yes, I have.
Do you have an Apple phone with a good headphone?
No, I have a Samsung phone and no headphone. I'm shopping a little bit for headphones. Actually, I went to a pawn shop, but they didn't want to come down on the price of one of these noise canceling headphones that a used one actually. They're quite expensive, brand new. So I was looking for something, but I was going to go to Amazon and perhaps order the Philips over the ear, but I don't have an Apple phone. Is that a requirement?
No, it's something we know is with Apple. We can trust, we can reach what we want. Does anybody who's signed up for a mobile communication with the Apple phone? Silence.
Yes, me.
Who's that you?
Stephanie Winter.
Oh, hi, Stephanie.
That's a crazy girl. Yes,
Okay.
I ordered 5 flight units with mobile because I couldn't come to Linz, and I have an Apple iPhone X.
Okay. We might call you next week. We might not call you next week, just to get how the system completed.
Okay.
And we would like to test the first mobile transportation.
Okay.
So we don't make you any. I know you're not very far. You're down the road in Germany in a way. So if we are ready, I'll
Yes.
call you, and or somebody from the team will call you to see how we can go for the first test in next week or two.
Okay.
We are 2 months ahead of what we promised, but we are ready to do it.
Sorry, last
Yep.
sentence?
Okay.
Okay. Guys, sorry, what kind of number is it? Because I normally go not to my mobile phone. Is it an Austrian number or is it?
We'll see how we contact you.
Okay.
We'll see how we can fix the system that we can contact. It'll be a lot of maybe 5 or 10 hours of being online to test first things before we do anything.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much. We try to do the transmutation by October, November, but the systems are ready. We can test. So we can do pre-testing like we done before. And we'll see how it comes out.
Transportation, or is it the
It's transmutation, not the transportation. We don't transport. We are not a cargo company.
okay, not to Linz and then to the moon?
I don't know yet, just one step at a time.
Okay. I'm a guinea pig, yes.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay, see you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Please send your number on the, what do you call it, on a private chat to me now, but we can contact you.
Yes.
Could you go to the chat on a private chat? Send me your number, please.
Yes, I will.
Mr. Keshe, should I be swapping out my telephone?
No, it's just how we trust Apple has delivered things services. I'm waiting for your number.
Yes, but
You go
here,
to the chat, choose who you want to send it to. Private, nobody sees it. I just see it.
yeah, I know, but it's just host and the participants. It's not a name here.
Okay, I'll probably have to bring her in as a panelist in order to have
Yes.
direct communication. So let's do that.
Thank you.
Will the European Union, when they see the professional presentation targeted towards the governments, are they going to be sort of directed to put this tiny nation in the penalty box, or to?
We don't know. Don't forget that all must be penalty, otherwise they won't keep these people in position.
Sorry, something went wrong here. I couldn't find you, but I sent you my number in the normal chat.
You can't do that. Don't put your number out.
Okay, then.
Okay, I'll get someone
Mario.
to get in touch with you.
Okay, Mario.
Yeah, I'll get Mario to get in touch with you, and I'll get your number from Mario.
Right, because
No problem.
I'm friend with him. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
Okay.
We posed the question earlier, Mr. Keshe, if the European Union wouldn't be accepting of the technology, I mentioned the African Union would probably overwhelmingly be accepting of the technology. Would that be an alternative? We
Have
also,
you ever lived in Africa?
no.
You pay them to listen. Forget about it.
Okay. And we also mentioned, which you had talked about months and months ago, and I did ask you about the cup of heat. And would this be something, I know you said that if they were going to use food to create mayhem, you would release a feeding device. And I know I asked you about the cup of heat, which we just said earlier would take people through the winter, through the cold weather, and then by spring or during the winter, they'd be demanding the rest of the technology to be implemented. Would this be something you had in your back pocket, front pocket?
There's a lot of things in our pocket. So we gotta wait and see. The whole process is to do a step at a time. We heard today Russian have cut another pipe. What do you call it? Gas pipes to half capacity to Germany. And there is no need for it apparently. So there's going to be a need for something soon.
So the idea of I think they said they had, I was reading where they have the 9 huge gas pumps or turbines and maybe they were saying another 4 of them need maintenance, as well as the one that just got back to Canada, if it even arrived yet. I'm not sure about that. But to pressurize the gas lines, is this just another way to keep your foot on the brake by saying the other turbines need maintenance as well? I don't know.
Have you ever seen gas pipelines or oil pipelines, international pipelines?
No. The huge, no.
They're huge things, and they need huge pumping station. Their fuel has to be heated up at certain stages, especially with the oil. Otherwise, it's like a tar. And these compression turbines are needed, but it's a usual maintenance sometimes. But this time is not maintenance, is the act of what they want to do with it.
Mr. Keshe, it's Dean here. Can I quickly interject and ask a question?
Yeah, you're 10 meters away from me. Oh.
I know. So, Mr. Keshe, you mentioned something about this transportation with the phones, the mobile system. So we're talking on a phone right now. The fact that we can see each other is a different story. However, most times when you're on a phone, you can be the other side of the planet. So when people communicate with the phone, will it be like now they get a picture or they get a voice? Will it be the physicality, the energy of the human will transmute to that position?
Don't know yet. We just gotta wait and see. I mean, I know what's gonna happen, but we gotta wait and see.
Okay. So if that is a possibility, then the energy transfer and everything that we've spoken about with the oil and gas and everything, people could go to a position where they could warm themselves and come back fairly quickly. So, and then as you said many times, you have to dress appropriately for the location that you arrive in. So it opens up many possibilities.
Yep.
Yeah.
God knows. Are you on the Apple phone?
No, I'm not, Mr. Keshe. No. No, I don't have an Apple.
You got a headphone?
I have got
No.
yeah. I need to find my headphone now. So Rick, we're obviously we're present in the exhibition hall, and tomorrow is, as you know, we've spoken about many times, very important presentation tomorrow that I know we're all eagerly awaiting, and to spread this.
Take the shortcut and go and hug him.
Jalal. Beautiful Jalal, yeah. I'm looking at him right now, Jalal. So what would you like me to portray?
Go and hug him for me.
He's coming to the right. We're going to get some feedback now.
So we've got people on the test flights. We have to translate. How many of you have a headphone with a Apple? How many of you at the moment have an Apple with a headphone?
Me, and I can send some. I have old iPhones, they work, I think. If you want, I can send them to others.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
No problem. Somebody will come down to translate. Okay, how many of you have a headphone at all with your mobile phones you're listening? If you're on the mobile phone. Jalal, are you on the mobile phone?
Hello, Mr. Keshe. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
This is Jacko. I have.
Okay. Put your headphone on. And I'm going to see what, and everybody else to keep absolute silence. Any of you have a headphone on your mobile?
Yes, I have. Hello.
It has to be a mobile. What I want you to do, just don't consider I go silent. Just leave your mobile inside the way it is. Yeah? There'll be no communication, no talking. And then I ask you some questions. But I have to set it up that it can be done. Just give me a second.
Mr. Keshe, what do you mean a headphone with your phone? Like a normal headphone or I don't
Yeah,
understand.
telephone, mobile headphone. It has to be a headphone that you put it on.
I have, Mr. Keshe.
The wireless, the white one, the little one you put in your ear, that ones.
Don't use the wireless one, you lose everything with it. Just a normal.
Yeah, I got normal headphone,
Yeah,
headphone.
but they have an Apple or any other phone.
I got Apple.
Okay, put it on and shush. It's very hard to get you shush, but goodness. One day we'll achieve that, Stefania.
This is what my boyfriend said.
I know, I've seen him. Okay, wait 1 second. Any of you?
Unfortunately.
Is he there?
Yes, but
that's-
unfortunately, I'm also wireless.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave the phone in a specific position, and I don't want any of you to say anything, maybe for 5-10 minutes. Just absolute silent from all of you. Okay, so
Okay.
people with a headphone, absolute silence. We don't need anyone. Silent all the microphone except mine. And we'll leave you there. Just listen. Okay?
Rick, you got that?
To mute all the microphones,
Except
would you
my,
like?
yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Let's see, if any of you, like Rick, has a main, what do you call it, a laptop you're listening to, put a headphone on. But it has to be, if the headphone is not Apple phone, are tuned to go stereo. Others, we don't know, because we know Apple. So if you have any headphone connected to the system you have, put it on, and everybody silent for 10 minutes. And then maybe we do something else. We do a live test. In a way, you're with me in Linz in one of the flight systems. And I want to learn something, but I don't tell you what. Okay? Put your headphones on. Don't move. Sit and listen and see what comes up.
Mr. Keshe, one second.
Just
Stefania,
My headphone is not Apple. My headphone is not
doesn't
Apple. My
matter.
phone is Apple. Okay, good,
Whatever headphone you have,
Okay.
put it on, then we'll find out. Okay? No noise for next 10 minutes, please. Yep, we go. What I would like you all to do who are listening on the headphone or the stereo system, maybe you're listening without the stereo system, is to go somewhere. To go to, you don't fly, go to the moon. Go to Rome, go to Paris, go to Kathmandu. Go and visit grandpa or mom. Try to reach someone you have a connection with, and let's see where you go. Again, no talking, just listen to yourself. I want you to, especially it works with the people who they understand it. I want you to travel beyond or see if you can. And try to remember the emotion you had up to now and the emotion from now that you received an instruction what to do. Jalal, I want you to go to Baghdad or go back to Kuwait. The lady in Germany, I would like to see if you can come to Linz and feel as you are, and then we'll talk later. I'll leave you for 10, 15, 20 minutes and we go back again. Okay, those of you who had a headphone on, take your headphones off and just sit back. We are still in the flight room. We haven't changed position, so it's the same with all of you. I'm going to ask a question because then it gives us some understanding. Let's don't forget it's for us to learn. We are just a guinea pig. Jeff, did you feel anything?
Yes,
Okay. You've been through the system in Lens, yeah?
yes.
What did you feel? Can you explain?
Well, good morning, Mr. Keshe, first of all. It's an honor.
Morning.
And to everyone. Oh, the feeling that I had right now was just amazing because I put on my headphone. And it is, this headphone already have some gains around it that I have made months ago. As you taught in one of your teachings. And I connected to via Bluetooth to the system. And at the beginning, I used it when you make audiometry test, just to check how is the hearing. And they use a very low tones in the low bass and high pitch sound. So I started to listen that very, very, very low frequency that you normally cannot hear with the ear. But I listened the pitch, a high pitched tone inside my brain. And every time it comes like a wave. And every time
Okay.
stop it. Okay, that's just
Okay.
what happened.
Can I ask Stefania? Stefania, you've been physically in the system. Can you tell us how you feel?
Yeah, it was quite, I feel like numb, like, so the first of all, when we connect, definitely like it was in the system, exactly like if I was back in Linz. So I felt exactly the same, like energy spiral from the foot going up. This was the first things, and remind me when I was into the first system and when I was also into the first chair, similar sensation of both. Then I start to feel this expansion, like this vacuum, or I don't know how to call him, separation. I don't know how to say it, but this expansion from inside to outside, like if I was pulled from in to out. And that one again, it reminded me the system number 2 and the system number 1, because I start to have this also this sensation of I don't know how to call him joy, but my cheeks start to lift as I had no feelings of weight. I was not like if the weights went. And I don't know if because I'm in a place where there is light next to me, sunlights. I don't know if it was a constant, I don't know.
No.
I could see this light in front of me, but I don't know if it was the light coming from within, and I couldn't move. Like, I don't know if I say paralyzed, but these feelings of
Okay.
expansion.
Did you, when I asked you to go anywhere, did you go anywhere?
Okay, first things I thought my dad, but unfortunately I had a dog barking, and when you ask me, they went to me and tried to push me because they want to go out. So I just start to see like if I start to imagine him writing me up, because my dad was a poet, so I started him to he was reading me a poet, but I didn't see him. I just maybe at the beginning of the feelings, but I didn't see him. So in that moment, there was a lot of distraction. So I was trying to go back into, into that moment. But straight away, I thought when you said going to see your grandpa, I thought my dad. Oh, and I thought maybe my mom first, but straight away I went back to my dad because I started to feel like tears in my eyes. And that's it, but I didn't see him physically. I just felt like we were interaction where he was reading me a poet that he wrote. That's all. But what I want to say is I didn't have any headache when I was in the system. First time I remember I had this presence of
It's
headache.
okay.
This
Okay.
time, no.
Just
I
thank you.
felt something was
Just
and go nowhere. Yeah.
okay. Jalal, what did you feel?
Hello, Mr. Keshe. As if you put me in a mixture, but
Mhm.
it's not very fast, it's very slow. And when you said go to Kuwait or Baghdad and France and all of these places I went, but all of them, as a compressed,
Emotions or actually being there?
one time it was emotions, but one time, one second, I am more what you call it, from 1 point to 1 point in split of second. I want to I remember everything. But the funny thing, before I was remembering places and structures and figures, but now I see a clear shape. Like when you look for someone, you remember, but before you don't remember his eyes, his nose,
You just remember the emotion,
yeah. But
this time you see
this time it's more a little bit
physical.
clear.
Did you talk to anyone? Did you touch anyone?
No, and in my mind, I want to ask a lot of questions, especially for my family, and I was near to ask, but no, I want to have everything in the same time. So
You're
everything
in a
is
hurry to do everything in a short time.
yeah. Not hurry. Hurry is very slow from in this time.
Okay, what I want to ask you is, did you at any moment felt that you had an energy around you, or did you have a field around you?
I
Can
have
actually be.
Yeah, I have in the right side of my head, I felt very huge energy from this side. It was noticeable. You can notice it.
Did you feel any weightlessness, any light, or did you feel a field around you?
Before you speak, before you ended just now,
Yeah.
yes, I have this like you are in like you are in the ship sailing, with like waves.
Yeah.
Just before you speak, in let's say in 15 seconds or 20 seconds.
Rick, you listen to the headphone through your laptop or your computer. What did you feel?
Well, I got really almost groggy. I couldn't think, and it was almost like I needed to fall asleep, but it wasn't. It felt like I was
Falling
in a,
asleep in a way.
yeah, but more like
In a trance.
yeah, like in a trance, and supported in a medium, like molasses, like something around me that was just thick, and it wasn't a place where I could think, and I was finding my legs twitching, like I wanted to go somewhere but couldn't. And it was a numbness at the same time as twitchy feet. So I'm not sure what that meant.
Does any of you had this feeling of sleepness or being in a sleep or in a what do you call weightlessness or trying to go to too tired? You feel that? Any of you had such a feeling?
Yes, I definitely had these feelings of weightless.
Okay.
Like in a bubble.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
That's definitely what I felt. When I look back on that feeling, it was like being in the womb. It was like being in a
bubble.
medium, inside a
Yeah.
bubble, or some sort of fluid that
Yeah.
was thicker than air, let's say. But it wasn't water. It didn't feel like I was drowning. I was just supported in this fluid.
What about our German lady?
You mean me?
Yep.
German lady. Yeah, I fall from my chair. I was something like sleeping, but not really sleeping. I was, yeah, waking up in this morning, in this moment when I fall asleep, and there's sometimes, and I fall from my chair.
And you fell off your chair?
Yes.
Did you go anywhere?
You mean in my dream or in my?
Well, yeah, in your thoughts or in the thing. Did you see anyone?
Oh,
Did
I
you
don't
go
know.
anywhere?
I was so shocked because
Or falling off the chair?
yeah, sometimes, and the last time I really felt, and before every moment every 10 minutes I fall like asleep, and then I was shocked, and I didn't know if I had any dreams or intentions, because it's always this shocking feeling.
Any of you had any feeling with any fields or energy around you? With your head, with your, what we call your emotion, that you felt you're in a bubble?
Yes.
Any of you who had a bubble? Yes, could you explain, please?
Well, I just saw my mother. She died in 2012, and we had a little conversation. It was a real warm and lovely feeling. But I saw her in my imagination, not physically.
Yes, that's the whole thing. Now, it's not imagination, is the need of the physicality, which is transferred to the soul. And the soul goes, what you wanted. You wanted to see your mom, most probably, or communicate with her. Must be a wish. Now, you don't need to go to sleep that one day I might remember or I might see mom. Just remember today and see if you go to sleep tonight or tomorrow, till next week, when you come back to a Rick's session, you decide, I want to see mom and I want to take her out for a cafe or go travel somewhere or just to talk to her, and see how you can preempt the meeting. Which means physically you decide, I want to have that touch, that warmth, that cuddle, that kiss. of the mother, I don't need to wait with the memories of what I had. Now I can go tonight and meet mom. I don't need to go to sleep to meet mom. You understand?
I understand.
So it's not a dream anymore. This shows the extension of the soul. Now we learn to live both sides. And this is the process. Did
Thank you so
you
much.
touch her? Did you feel her? Which way was it?
Yes, I felt her.
You felt so. It's a soul touch. It's not a physical touch.
Yes.
And how does it feel?
Very lovely and very warm. Like I was a little child. A
Did
lot
you
of
smell
memory.
her? Did you smell her? Or was it just an emotion?
No, I smelled her. Yes,
You,
I smelled
you could feel the smell. So it shows the soul and the physicality. The smelling is the attribute of the physicality and the soul, but soul smells different way. Our body compares it to a smell we know. Was it the same smell as you remembered?
Yes, exactly.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah, I told her that she doesn't have to die on cancer because now we have the possibilities to cure her, and she said she couldn't believe it, but I said to her, I will come back soon and I will show you that it's possible, so that you don't have to believe the doctors which are not able to cure you, just to treat you as a client.
Anything else you want to add?
Well, it was so overwhelming. Right now, I guess I just said what happened, and I'm feeling very warm right now of this
Did
experience.
you go anywhere else? Did you see anybody else?
No, just my mother.
Anybody else would like to share with us?
Can I say something, Mr. Keshe?
Yeah.
There is a memory with me, a picture of my father and my mother laying together. And for always, it was earlier of my childhood. Today, I saw this picture again, but before I born. You know the information
Mhm.
that was the first day of the manifestation. The view, the feelings, the even I can say even the weather.
So you lived in the real time space.
It's amazing from the same angle, from the same, from the same picture. Again, it's pop up just like this.
But were they talking, or is it just a picture?
Actually, they are moving.
Mhm.
It's not stop picture. It is
It's a
like
living thing. So
yeah,
the two, the-
it's a living.
so the two souls still interact. Were they aware of your presence? Did you talk to them, or were you just observer?
No. Mr. Cash, I told you, you put me in a mixture for everything. But this one, it make me thinking why this picture came out. It's always there in my memory.
But now it's not a picture, now it's a movie.
It's a movie,
Yes.
yes, it's a moving one. And maybe I can even dictate the time and the date.
Okay. Did anybody else had any other experience?
When Stefania was talking about the grandfather and her father experience, I almost said that's exactly what I felt. Because when you mentioned grandfather, I was trying to visualize or see what was coming up for grandfather, but it kept coming back to father for me. And then I got an image of my father. And that was slightly before the time when I was getting the drowsiness and other effects that I was talking about earlier. We do have a hand up here. Let me get my glasses so I can read the name. Istvan, I believe. Maybe they would like to say something. Or
Esther
maybe
and Tess.
would you like to go ahead, Istvan?
Did anybody else experience anything? Did any of you experience a field or your expansion of the energy around your head? This is what I'm interested in.
Yeah. Yes. When you said to go to the moon, I went right to the moon and I kicked some dust with one of my feet, even though I was sitting here in the chair. And I said, I don't want to go to the moon. Then I went to see my sister, who's in an institution, and I saw like a child laying on the bed. And then you said, try to come to Linz. And I said, I should go to Linz because I paid for it. So I need to practice this. And I had my eyes closed and I was feeling a flow of energy from the top of my head down to about my ear, maybe 3 different times. It just happened a few seconds ago too. Almost like when you get the chicken skin and your hair stands up, that sort of flow. And I said, oh, maybe this is the soul expanding.
That's
And
what it is.
yeah. And then I said that no, before that, I said, well, if I'm going to Linz, I better put my shirt on because I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. So if I appear there and I'm in bare feet, but I said, that's okay. I said, it would please Mr. Keshe and Dean that I appear there. So I saw myself walking through the door, walking around the top of the exhibition. And then I'm thinking, oh, you're just remembering that from the pictures you saw of Linz and the exhibition center. And then I took the escalator downstairs, but I didn't see you and I didn't see Dean. So
Dean is
then,
hiding and I'm hiding.
say what?
We are both hiding.
Yeah. So anyway, so then I said, you know what? I'm going to pick a leaf off of those trees that separate the flight room from where the couch is. And I picked the leaf and I put it on the table, but then I looked on the table and I said, there's no leaf there. And I said, oh, you brought it back with the energy. That's why there's no real leaf there. But several times I felt this from the crown of my head to only on the left side, down to about my ear, a flow. And I said, okay, come on, soul, expand. And that was my experience. But I did find the headphones and I paired it up with the phone and I had them on at the time. So again, the wireless headphone level U Samsung, and I connected to the Samsung phone. It still had power in it, but I had it charged up for a few minutes. I added some power to it, but definitely that tingling, that's it, like a tingling. coming from the crown top of your head, but it only happened on the left side. It didn't happen on the right side.
Okay, that's perfect. Anybody else?
I had the expansion in my head, like you know, when we said the third eye, just whatever, you know, in the middle, what we call fourth eyes. This is what I felt, and like expansion there, but also something really strange. Like I felt like I was being, I don't know, kind of vacuum, where like something was, I was being part of the whole environment. And that in the teeth, I felt everything was more space between the cell, like everything start to expand. And Mr. Keshe, what I make me remember something I never told you that happened in the system. I start to have this breathing, like not like my breathing change, like you know, when you, I don't know, I can't repeat now. But it's like a deep breath you're taking in.
Yeah.
When I was in Linz, I had this very often at the very, very beginning. And now I had not so many like I had in Linz, but I had them as well. And I start to remember them.
Okay, okay. Just let me ask, Boris, did you feel anything? Or did you have the headphones to try?
Sorry, just me?
No, he's coming on just. We can't hear you. Are you trying to speak? Hello?
No. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Unfortunately, I can't hear you. Let me
Pardon?
put the... Okay, now I hear you.
Did you have any headphone? Did you try to go through the experience?
Yes, I have the headphone. I pass into the experience. I read it in the chat. I not want to disturb, but if you ask, yes. Tingling like a ant in the left side of the, let's say, ear. I scratch it the nose. I look my watch who it's monetization of my, let's say, heartbeat. It's dropping like when it's I wake up in the morning, more of 15. Earth, I feel first I want to go to see my dad, but it's passed away. And I stop and I go to see my mom. It's 16 more kilometer, 1 hour to car from here. And I will ask if he feels something because I touched to the arm and I hugging properly my mom. I thought to my mom, I see, let's say, when I come in my house. And I will ask what she feels because I have a strength bond with my mom, emotional and physical, let's say. Regarding the expansion of the soul, it's like an exercise when you are not more relaxing and in the same thing concentrate. It's like time is expanding. You, like Jalal say, you make everything hurry, but in the same time, it's frozen time. Other things I don't remember quite well right now.
Did you feel you're in a bubble energy?
Always I feel this. Like
No, I know.
Bubble.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
when we started the process, did you feel like that?
No, first I try to hear something with the physical ears. I not hear anything, and I say, okay, I relax. I go in my interior mind in myself, and I will relax. I feel, oh, I should say, see when you have the herbs, or how to say, ground, when it's hitting the road, when you see the fields. I see, I look in my hand and I see it's expanding, let's say, the aura of my hand. And I leave it this now, and I not continue to see how it's expanding, for what reason. It's only constant effects, let's say. I try to register many things in, because I not recognize this expectation, what it's the expectation, and I say, okay, there you go, and I feel expansion of my field, let's say. It's like because I put one question and I not understand, and I'm thinking in that moment when you the magrab have the ball inside, actually it's outside, it's expanding. It's only the fields, not in the physical shape of guns or ball. This is my thought in that moment.
That's beautiful. Can I ask Ms. Van Bolen? Can you hear me? Thank you very much. Trying to see Francine Van Bolen. Can you hear me? Rick, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Keshe. She has talking permitted, so she'll have to open her microphone.
Can you let everybody talk? Permit to talk. Open all the channels that people can. Don't need permission. Let them come in if they want to speak.
They should be able, all the people here. There's a couple that I'll allow to talk, and everyone should be able to speak here.
Yeah. If you allow everybody to speak, yeah.
May I?
Okay. Yes, Jacob.
It was for me the same as when I was in Linz. I felt the what I call Magrav condition pressure in my head, and after a few seconds, it started like a high frequency noise in the backside of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you asked for the traveling, I felt a very strong energy in my hands. They become hot. And I decided to visit Stephanie in Munich. And in that moment, you told that she has to go to Linz. So I was asking myself, can I split? Can I be on both positions at the same time? Then I was guided to Linz. I wanted to sit on the second system chair, but I felt that it is occupied. It is not possible. So I went to the back side of the system. I don't know if it's still there, but the table was there when I was inside, and I played with the bolt on the table. Then I went to the middle because I felt the connection somehow is interacting with me. I opened my arms, my hands, and I felt connecting the systems like I was inside on the way back from the chairs. So that was my experience.
Did you still feel the same energy around you?
Yes, definitely. The lightness, the energy, it was exactly the same. And yeah, I feel that I need more to open up more. Somehow I have problems with if you have a time limit, it's in your head, and somehow that is blocking. I think in future, when we can make this connection through the systems, through the Magravs or the stackers, should be possible to make that easier or better. And then what I also felt is when I'm driving my car with the Markgraf, it feels like it is short before repositioning. It's difficult to explain. Somehow I know that it functions. I know how to do it, to package the envelope, but still there's something that is blocking it.
Okay, I want to ask Francina Moran, can she speak?
Sometimes she has no microphone to use.
Microphone. Okay. Anybody else would like to add?
Hello, Mr. Keshe, this is Boris. I also joined the experience. I felt this Markgraf field you talked about before when we started. And unfortunately, I'm not able to re-establish it again. Now it starts. Now I can remember. I felt very comfortable. It was very bright in a very nice and comfortable way, and I felt very well. Before we got instructions from you where to go, I had always the feeling of traveling very fast in space, and the very interesting thing was when I opened my eyes, I had an appearance of, it felt like you. When I closed my eyes, I had this experience of traveling already. Was in Linz, I know it from my visits. I know how the Space Center in Linz feels. I also felt the appearance of some of our friends and knowledge seekers that should be there at the moment. 3 of them at least I could identify. I was on other places. I tried to figure out where am I at the moment. And then what I felt is could be Arizona, could be Tehran. So it was very interesting to travel in such a, it was within a glimpse of an eye. It was really interesting. But the very, sorry?
Just listening.
The really amazing part comes when you said go traveling. I went to the moon, like Mark told us already, stamped with both feet into the dust of the grayish dust on the moon. It was a very, very feeling, touchable feeling. It was very real for my physical body also. That was very interesting. But then I went to visit my mother. I lost my mother very early age. I was 5. And there was so much joy when we met. Yeah, this was such a good emotion. And I have tell a little bit. I have nearly no information about my mother, about their relatives. Everything was, the family was shattered in World War II. She was born in Berlin. She came to Carinthia. No tracks really of her relatives because my grandmother and the grandfather were divorced 1938. So I have really no, I didn't even know if I have any relatives from this side of my family. And the really crazy thing was when I visited my mother and we had this really, really nice talk and staying together, I had a phone call 2 weeks ago. A guy who does professional is looking for missed members of a family gave me a short call 2 weeks ago that a woman in America is looking for relatives of my mother that died. And I had a phone call now with this guy when we had this journey. And within 10 minutes, this guy told me so many things about my family, about members I didn't even know that exist. This was really amazing.
Did this happen just now?
Just now. It was, I would say it was within the journey when you said travel.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was this phone call, you see. So it was really a tangible result.
Physical phone
phone call. Really, I had on the cell phone where I did the journey, I had this call physically in exchanging the information. So this was somehow amazing, and
it's not amazing. It's what we got to what we call state of the soul. We heard the same thing this week from an Italian lady. She was here yesterday and this morning. That she had a conflict with her brother for 20 years. And out of nowhere, after going from Linz, she actually established a contact. And there is no talk of 20 years of not talking to each other. She said, yeah, correctly, Stefania, she said they went for a dinner when we had a conference call with the Italians that day. So nothing is coincidental anymore. Once you establish the expansion of the soul.
Yeah, this is what I felt. This was perfect timing, and this what had to be already. So somehow I feel very happy now, and I get the contact data of my relatives in America. So we will have a meeting soon.
Enjoy it.
I will enjoy it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Keshe.
Anybody else?
All the microphones have ability to talk, so if anyone wishes to speak, you should be able to open your microphone.
Hi, Rick. Hi, Mr. Keshe.
Did you go through the experience? Were you here?
I wasn't. I came when you were in, but I think that even without being with you,
okay. I would like to stop you. I would like to stop you because we want to go through. There's a reason for this. It's not just a chat. I want to go through the people who actually went through the experience from the beginning.
Yes.
Mr. Because listen to other people, no? So I didn't see my dad physically, even though I saw him smile at me. And me
emotional.
and him, yeah, me and him, we always had this, as I said before, no, he's a poem. So he always write poem. And me and him, we always had this time where he would read me the poem because I know it will make me very happy to read this poem.
Okay.
So I remember
Just
very
wait.
well. Yeah.
Just wait. I'm running out of battery.
Yeah,
so
no
I'm trying
problem.
to finish everything. Dean, you were sitting near here, just listening without a headphone. Did you experience anything?
Hi, Mr. Keshe. Sorry, I didn't participate. I was I had many things going on, so I didn't actually participate. So I can't say anything.
Okay.
So I can't comment at all. Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Keshe.
thank you very much. Thank you. We got Shah Shahidi. Did you feel anything? You don't have a mic. Okay, let me explain to you something very quick because I'm pushed with putting my mobile in the system for you lot, discharging all the batteries. What I say to the knowledge seekers who come here, I'm not interested at all in who you saw, what you seen, what you did, what you ate, who you cuddled, who you kissed, who you smelled, where you landed. The whole test today was to see if we can expand your soul to go, to expand, that you create that energy, that field. When you tell me, I felt my mom, it means your soul has extended. When you say you met your father or you went to the moon, this is experience for you, not for us? For us is to see remotely we can expand your soul. Because I need that expansion when the transmutation comes to bring you to a place. If I want to bring you here, like many of you have been here, you weigh 50 kilo, 100 kilo, you need an aircraft. You need a system to bring you physically. You got to go to a place to get on it. What I'm interested in, if I can make that bubble, which all of you who spoke, talk about, that energy field, that you're in a bubble. You're in a plasmatic bubble. I want to move that plasma. This is the new space technology. This is a new way to travel. And then, because you're magnetically, you're like a sound, I should be able not to bring you a sound, I should bring you here into Linz. So the experience I wanted to do, which coincidentally I came to the teaching with Rick now, was to see if we can remotely expand your soul. Then, in the next stages, you can be, through connection, brought to a position, or we instruct you to come and we should see manifestation of you physically here. At the moment, we have the knowledge, the system is set to go from one unit to another, but we don't have the permission from the Austrian government to bring foreigners in physically. This is what we go into the next stage very soon. But today's experience was fantastic for me because just what I told you is what I tell to most of the people, and we could do this experiment today because these two new head units have been installed yesterday. We didn't have this capability to do this and get what we want. Now we have the system. But I don't tell you which system. There are two systems here, exactly look the same, but we know inside what's the difference between them. And we're testing it. I'll put you through one system. Maybe I catch you in another session and I'll put you in another system, maybe all the same. So the whole experience today was, can I remotely expand your soul? And from those of you who spoke, the answer is yes. So what will be interesting for all of you is see what changes from today will come to you because of this experience. What changes you will see, and don't put anything down coincidentally. It's not coincidental. Now your soul can expand beyond. From now on, there's, oh, while I'm on the thing, somebody called me. You were here maybe 5 or 10 minutes. This is a hidden wish with you. Somebody calls you because you connected to the soul. It's not coincidental anymore. Once you go through this expansion of the soul, coincidences don't exist anymore. That was for the man with the physicality. Now you're aware of the coexistence of the life between the soul and the physicality. And this is the whole purpose of the Keshe Foundation teaching. To make you aware of and be lived with, that you do not become what you call like a schizophrenic. You wish, you receive. But don't allow this to become controller of your life. Live that you enjoy life with a new additional strength, knowledge. And from today, thank you very much for a lot of you sitting there quietly, some of you falling asleep, and the rest was important for us. Because what I said, mobile transmutation is possible, and we've seen it today. We created transmutation, the freedom of your soul. And you made the physicality with it to see the mother, father, going to places and the rest of it. And I would like to know your experience next time. In a way, Rick, it'll be good for you to bring the people who are here in your testimonial. You have a live testimonial in 2 weeks' time. See what happened with the people in the past 2 weeks from today till then, or what they felt afterwards they couldn't speak. This is the taste of new technology. This is a blueprint transportation. We don't need to go on the camera. You are part of it. You've all been around for long enough. Now you feel it. And I didn't come here to do this. I just happened to coincidentally come to the center because we had 2 people coming, and Dean walking around with a mobile phone. I could hear him on the session, and I came to listen. And so you don't need to go to the airport, and you don't need to wait one day to dream or a spell bomb. From now on, you can do it anytime. Now we have to teach you how to move from one position to another and manifest yourself physicality. Thank you very much, Rick, for the opportunity. It's fantastic. And hopefully we can do more in the next sessions.
Yes, excellent experiment. Thank you so much for showing up here, Mr. Keshe.
It's gone long before your bedtime. Thank you very much.
My Nighthawk anyway.
See you tomorrow in the presentation of blueprint number 3. Thank you for participating in something new. I hope if this recording kept people for the first time hear what is possible. And it can be done. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Okay, we look forward to it. Thank you, Mr. Keshe. Mr. Keshe is present here now, so perhaps we can hear directly from him about.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
about,
Sarah, I didn't see. I
some of
didn't
that,
see he
thanks.
was here. Good afternoon, Mr. Keshe. I don't know if you want to say anything about the last workshop, the last blueprint that you showed last Thursday.
Yes, good evening. I just came here as a knowledge seeker. I'm traveling, so it could be some noise in the background. I think the biggest change will come on this Thursday. Rick will post up that the just 1 second, please. The blueprint number 3 will show a very important change. We tried to show it last week, but we left it with the generator. But this change, what we show on Thursday, will bring what we call a big step for the foundation in the right direction. And I think Rick has got the message to post everywhere, and the Universal Council is the same. And you got till Thursday to invite all leaders, all the ambassadors, and all the what you call influential people to be present. Just fine. Yes. And we want you to promote for everyone to be present on Thursday and to be there to do the promotion of the technology to be shown on Thursday. I think Rick has the blueprint of it and is there to share, and if you can, the next day or 2 do this promotion by contacting all the embassies and everything else. Rick, do you have the layout you made?
Yes, the information's been posted to all the regular groups and media places. Just a second here. Okay. Yes, I can post the information in their chat here as I posted it. Let me do that now.
So if you can go through it and put it out, and let's see what we can. If there are any questions.
Mr. Keshe, I would like to, maybe you can explain what you just explained to us in the meeting where, because to the first blueprint that was, if you know, do you remember what you said in the meeting? I don't know if you can share it now about the differences between the first blueprint, the second one, so people are not confused. You know, the energy system that you, from my understanding, the blueprint you show last Monday, the enhancement, the enhancement plasma unit, that one, it's make you, if understood is like this, correct me if I'm wrong, make you save electricity, but also enhance the house, and it can be used also for the car. This is what I understood. And the one of last Thursday.
Can you repeat?
I just want you to maybe explain the difference between what you show last Monday and what you show last Thursday. You know, because so people are clear.
The one which was shown last Monday is an enhancement unit. It's something which gives you better efficiency for the power. The one we showed on Thursday is a generator, which means makes you independent. You generate your own electricity, and you don't need to recharge. At the moment, when you have a generator, we'll speak about this on Thursday. You have a generator which is a fuel pump generator, or a diesel pump generator, or you have to put some material to create electricity with, and then you have to keep on buying. You have to replenish. It has a function, or you use it as a generator with turbines, or you have a nuclear power stations, or new smaller version of nuclear reactors, or household generators, 1 or 2 kilowatts. You just what do you call it? You just put fuel, and you generates fuel energy at a time of heat when there is no electricity. The generator we offer, the breakthrough with it is that you don't need to do this. You can continuously you just forever produce energy. You don't need to buy fuel to generate energy. This is the difference in the plasma technology. And we noticed last week a lot of people didn't understand this. With a new plasma generator, you don't need to buy a fuel to generate electricity. The energy comes through the conversion of the heat which is the so that's what you get in the enhancement. The enhancement power unit works as long as there is electricity. When there is no electricity, you can't use it. You can't reduce your cost. Someone's microphone is open.
Yes, Mr. Keshe, I wanted to ask you to get a little closer to the microphone if you can. It's hard to hear.
Is it better now? Is it
I think
better
so,
now?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So with the difference with this power generator and the enhancement works as long as you have electricity, you reduce your consumption as a hybrid. The generator generates power, doesn't matter where you are. It can be in the middle of the desert, it can be in the city. And there are two different things. Some people rely in their building, if you're living in an apartment, maybe you don't want to generate your electricity. It's a rely on center, but the generator is there if you need be. Some people are buying both units. And this is what the difference is. And then you have different kilowattage. You can buy a small 0.3 generator and add a home unit to it. So you still go to, what do you call it, less usage or more power if you want out of it. Depends how you switch it. There are two different separate systems. But then we introduce a new system on Thursday where you will never ever be short of electricity. Impossibility to become a new generation of generators. And the process is simple. You don't expect to ever run out of energy.
I thought the last one of last Thursday was the same, that you cannot run out of energy, or
That's the one, the last one.
Yeah.
The one we showed is
Okay.
a generator. It generates power. And you don't need to buy a fuel for it. It's there if you live in a single house, you just add it to the house. But the thing is now we have to see what is the reaction of the governments. Governments up to now, when you had no electricity, you had a generator, you provided your own electricity. The way they charge you certain fees to have a car on the road, they charge you certain fees to having these units. It's quite feasible. And all these new units which we put out will have an annual cost, which means you, for next 10 years, 20 years, you pay like 200, 250, depends on how powerful system you buy, a year to the foundation. It's not anymore you just buy a system and finish. It's a contractual agreement. You pay, I think for the small one, about 250 a year for the electricity, what they call it, for using the system. So it brings continuous development value to the foundation. Up to now, what we sold was sold and done, but systems like the enhancement units, the new generators, the new gas production units have an annual contract, which means you pay a fee every year for 20 years. That's what we call, it's like subscription fee.
Yeah, suppose that in this way we can guarantee that we always have some income to expand even further. Because if you want to make the change, like you said before, no, you said last Thursday you need I don't know, you said 30 billions for make this power, I don't know how to call him, power
stations.
Yeah, power station, yeah. Can you talk more about that as well?
No, we already spoke about this before. A nuclear power station costs around 30 billion to assemble, something like 150 billion to disassemble in 50 years down the line. It costs between 3 to 5 times the cost of building these systems when they decommission at the end. Usual power station, when you demolish, if you have a coal power station or a gas power station, when it comes to the end of it, there is any debris there that you have to look after. You just demolish and build a new place or a building up. With nuclear reactors, when you decommission, just the expenses just start, because these materials, these reactor parts which have been radiated, have to be stored for up to 100 years sometimes. The safe grounds, the fuels has to be put in the safe, irradiated materials have to be put in the safe ground and looked after. The expenses of the nuclear power stations start when you actually decommission it. With this new technology, you don't have that. Each nuclear reactor at the end of the costs now is around about 200 billion. By the time that you say, okay, this is the reactor we built 100 years ago, 50 years ago, that's the last material of it, there is no more radiation. Because when you ground it, when you bury it, when you put the fuel rods in or material, they still radiate. You have to keep them cool. You have to move the radiation. Otherwise, they themselves become radioactive material, another cycle for another explosion. So it's a very complicated. With the new technology, there is no such a thing.
Wow, that is a big things, because many countries got this problem where they have this nuclear power station even hidden in the countrysides, and when they transport nuclear material from one place to another, I mean, it's always been a big problem worldwide. Yeah, so with this new system, that problem will be gone, you're saying?
Yes.
No more waste product.
At the moment, this is what it is, but you generate. At the moment, you go to your shop, you buy a 2 kilowatt or 5 kilowatt generator, whatever it is, then you have to, what you call, put fuel into it all the time. If you go and look at the European gas supply from Russia, they don't sell you gas for the price of the gas. They give you gas per kilowatt of electricity it produces. What does it give? What is the outcome? That's what it's going to cost. You buy gas kilowatt hours, and then you convert it to how much gas you need to create 1 kilowatt. And this is how you value how much the gas is. And I'll explain this in detail in the teaching on Thursday, because a lot of people would understand. At the moment, like from Russia, you transfer liquid gas it's like a water liquid. And then when you bring it to burn it, it expands, opens up, it becomes gas. We don't have this problem with the gas production and the gas production from the gas. We don't need to compress it. We don't need to hold it, freeze it, or whatever. As I said last week, you see the minute you increase the demand to burn more, the system gives you. And there are other things which is built up now in the background in the systems that you have always some sort of supply. It's a change because you buy a generator for, let's say, 2,000 or 3,000 euro, but every kilowatt hour, how much fuel do you buy to burn to run the generator? Just go on the internet and find out. Your running cost of the generator doesn't stop by just buying it. You have to fuel it. It's the first time with this technology, you don't need to fuel it. That's where the saving comes from. That's where the game changer is.
Wow, it also means zero waste.
It's not a zero, it's zero cost.
Zero cost, okay. Zero cost.
And then there is a lot of things you can do with the waste of it. The methane gas, it's very, very expensive to make. Hydrogen gas is very expensive to make. You can make it in continuous and then you can support it. Now it's changed, the game has changed.
It's also cleaner, no? You were saying last Thursday.
What's cleaner? There's nothing wasted.
Yeah, okay.
There's no waste.
So we can say from last week the world is different now because we started. You can say
it is. You have to understand what it does and how it does it. This is a change, and we'll see how the change comes. It'll be replicated very fast, very rapid speed, and it was what it is. You see, we opened, as I said, 3-4 times in the past week. When we showed you the magravs some 5 or 6 years ago in Valletta, everybody made everything, and I just sat back and I watched. They have to do, they have to find out. And now we've made a system which shows what we thought at the beginning was correct. It's part of it, but it's the technology is correct. And we showed with the fridge and the things from Tehran. Then we show the gas, the production of gas in the massive amount. It's impossibilities without huge cost. It costs more to produce it than burning it.
How was the reaction since you put out this generator last week? Which was the reaction from the government, from
they're all looking,
around?
they're just looking. This is why we show what is to come. At the moment, the governments are looking for an immediate solution in Europe. Can be put out tomorrow. If you listen to the news, European countries today have been asked to reduce gas consumption by 15%. You've got to remember reduction in gas consumption, 15%, adds another 3 to 5% unemployment into the unemployment list. When you cut expenses and supply, means there's nobody there to use it. And if there's somebody to use it, you have to put somebody to work. This is going to add maybe 30 million in right across Europe to unemployment. The implication of the Russian gas cut on Western Europe and the rest of the world is huge. And the Americans love it because only first people can sell gas to Europe is by the cracking is done in America, gas produced, brought here, and sold to Europeans at the expense of the Americans.
But the cracking, for example, in Italy, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard the cracking can make earthquakes, so they're not really good for the environment.
There are different ways of cracking it, but there's different technologies of it to produce gas or oil or whatever they do. It'll take about 2 or 3 months for what we've shown in past week to actually hit the ground. It won't happen tomorrow. We have a huge resistance and opposition. That's why I said, put this what we gave to you as an Universal Council or Universal Council members across to all the press, to everywhere else to be there on Thursday.
Yes, so it's really important to make this as live as much as we can to get attention of.
Yeah, go back in all the channels you are, the language channels you are member of, and ask the members to post it everywhere and go everywhere. Any other question?
Just one more about the power fabric, like the one you said you need 30 million, no? Which what will happen then if, let's say, there's someone sponsor you for these 30 billions and you will manage
They
to
cannot. They cannot.
No,
That kind of money doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Countries and governments come together to finance this kind of things.
The government, yeah, okay. And this, what
you don't need.
I was curious to know which change will bring if that will happen for the humanity. What that will bring as a change?
We don't know.
We
don't know. We don't know. The one thing is there won't be any more CO2. There won't be any more digging the ground. There won't be no more drivers. There won't be any more tankers on the high seas and the rest of it.
All the things that we concern at the moment, they will. Mm-hmm.
You see, they don't need, if the implication of this gas production we show on Thursday is huge. Because then you don't need any more fuel in the car. You just put a gas tank and produce gas at home and put your tank in, and that's it. Or you put a system in the car that the continuously produces its own gas for the car, and you take as you like. You never need to refuel. The implications of it are huge.
And this anyone can buy?
It's for sale. We just today offered a 10 kilowatt unit at 60,000 euros. Because now we have extended the technology since we see how it can be added. So there's a new 10 kilowatt generator. But people say it's expensive, yes, but you never need to buy a fuel. If you run a 3 kilowatt generator and see how much fuel you need a day, add it up for a year.
Yeah, because even yesterday I went to see a friend of mine, he's a hairdresser, and he's been working non-stop. And I said to him, I'm very happy for you. You got a lot of work. And he said to me, no, because they rise so much the price of the gas and electricity and everything. I just cannot afford to stop. But it was very, very exhausted. You just couldn't keep up with the cost. It's just find difficult really to go through the month. And I suppose like him, many people. So it will bring.
We'll see what comes up in the next few weeks.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited because, as you know, for example, in Italy, they making a small project where they're creating this new way of living. I try to introduce the energy system and the power and the enhancement plasma power unit and the generator. I just found they find difficult to believe me, but I send them the link, and I'm just gonna show them more stuff you will brought out, and eventually people who understand, the people who are in the sector, maybe they will understood that it's not a joke.
We just got to do what we got to do and then see the next step. I think it's just setting up and seeing what comes up.
This is just the right time, Mr. Keshe, I have to say. You always came at the right time with the right things. In the Fukushima disaster, I always remember that you came with solution, and with the pandemic, you came with solution. In Italy, also with the water pollution, you also came there and present a solution. And now that we are really in crisis with the electric and the petrol, you came again with another solution. You always right on time, I have to say.
Our main objective is the flight system. These are all the sideshows.
I didn't hear what you said about the flying system.
I said our target is the flight system. All these things are the sideshows.
Target is the flying system. Is the flying system? Sorry, didn't hear the last two.
Said the target is the flight system. All the rest, the energy and everything else, is just a sideshow.
I have to say, I'm not hungry at all. I'm really, as you know, I've been in the flying system myself. I'm still in shock about things I'm discovering every day. It's for me, it's been really life-changing. As I told you before, I'm not angry as much. And now I tried different combination. When I'm here with my boyfriend, he provides for everything. So I eat, but I'm not hungry. I eat because, it's time to eat. But when I travel, I'm on my own, and I have to save money. So I decided to only have one meal, and still not hungry, still everything's fine. So I'm not gonna off food because you said to do gradually. But I just not hungry anymore, so I'm very, very happy about that. And then I discover other things. I discover, like, if I'm, let's say, I'm affected by less by things. Like I told you before, I had a rash in my skin when I used to go in the sun since the pandemic, and this has been disappear. Since then, and I've been in the sun, and now it's hot, it's summer, and I noticed other rash I had, they come back, but they go in very quickly. So it's like even the problem I had, they come in and go in quicker, and this is physical level. Then I got the emotional one, where I feel this deep peace inside. And I'm less, I don't know if I say the less attached, but yeah, I feel less affected by emotionally as well. And as I said to you, my sister noticed the change, so it's not just me. And then the synchronicity, we talked about before, the synchronicity. That one really, for me, another one. I make example, I broke my shoes, I couldn't buy a new one. And when I arrive at destination, I find it was like a homeless place, but there was only one shoes left, and it was exactly my number, things like that, or other things that can. It's just a synchronicity is quite noticeable. So I'm really, I can't wait to go back again and. Even my vision, I said to you before that my eyes, I always had the problem with my eyes, but now, even those are not perfect yet, I feel like a deep improvement in the core, like if it's something at the base essential has changed, and I still have to work at it, but in deep inside, I know there is no problem anymore. So this is, you know, some of the things, yeah. I'll argue less with my boyfriend, that's good. And he seems not bothered, so it's good. Yeah, so definitely for me, the flying system was a big change. I can't wait to, and I have to say something, every time you talk in the workshop, or every time I talk about the experience of I start to feel I'm connected with the machine. That's it. Sorry, I talk too much. Finish. I don't know if anyone has another question. I talk for ages. Anyone has any question to Mr. Keshe? Rick, can you see any question or anyone wanted to ask anything?
We don't have any hands up or any particular questions in the chat. A number of comments about the volume of Mr. Keshe being low, but that's because he's on the road and broadcasting mobile, and we have some issues with that system. A question from Paulo, and I think it's been addressed by Mr. Keshe. The real spacecraft depends on this generator as presented in the energy blueprint. And Mr. Keshe has said many times in the past that the generator, the self-sufficient generator as presented by the Keshe Foundation, is the key to the flight system. Yes.
It's all part of integrated system. Everything which has been thought of past years now has been built into the work of the flight system. The food, the energy, the wellness, the operation of the products, creating very low and very high fields for a flight and for life. All now, after years, now is in the system, you can see. And now we see today we have a new systems introduced into the enhancement units as I've just finished with the people. We see how fast we interact, how fast we go to where we want to. You just walk in and you can fly. It's just part of the same technology, but the integrated technology.
So this is why you said that the flying system are the main things for you, because from that one you can do everything, like food, energy.
No, that one we made everything inside it to do what you want. It's not that it's built to deliver what you need.
I didn't hear Sorry, because the volume, the line is a little bit disturbed.
Yeah, I'm traveling. Yeah. What I said is with the enhancement flight unit, the build to deliver what we said.
But you said just before that the most important things for you were the flying system. Can you expand why? Why you said that?
Because it's got everything. Whatever we said, we are testing in it. Whatever has been told is getting tested in it. You said you don't eat that much because it has a structure to create absorbing the fields from the environment. Now you learn, you copy it. You don't get angry anymore. You say, because it has what we call the enhancement for the wellness, which covers the soul and the physicality. You just say words, but it goes back to making a system to deliver the word you said. For you not to get hungry, it just doesn't mean you just went and said, why? Why? You go everywhere, you go to a restaurant, you eat, you don't want, just because you went to the restaurant, you don't feel hungry anymore. So system has been built to, and what you tell us, conference, what we done is correct. We have people who come with a lot of problems and then they go out. And the problem is not there. So the wisdom is built to deliver what it says. So it's not coincidental. It's a technology developed, built, and now when you say this or that, confirms that is correct. So the next step in the technology.
The peace that I feel inside, I don't know how to describe this deep, I just don't know how to describe. I never, you know, it's so constant now. That for me is the major, where I'm still in shock, I think, is the major, what I really
change.
Yeah, it's constant now. Like I feel like it's a permanent change. I'm waiting to vanish, but it doesn't vanish. It just constant and changed.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what it is. I have to go. It's just that the members of the UNESCO Council and people here, you have a thing, send it to your ambassadors in every country, not just ambassador in your country if you're a Chinese in Austria. We don't need anymore to be connected to Austria. Around the world, ask your ambassadors, your governments on Thursday to be online and to see and watch. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So invite all ambassadors of all over the world to be present on Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, and the governments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you. So I think this was a top One City, One Center. I think we can see what we're doing here. Listen to Mr. Keshe. So I think definitely the next move will be to, if all of us are always good to do that. There are some people who are very, very good on contacting, like Elias. Elias is really good on contacting ambassador. And so that would be something that we can actually help this process. What do you think, Rick? Or everyone?
Sorry, I was busy with something else. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, I would say the next step, Mr. Keshe was just suggesting for this Thursday to contact all the embassy and really inviting them to be present. Yeah, I was thinking between us, there are many people who are very good to contact, you know, authorities. For example, I know a person in the Italian group, but Elias is, I think he's one of those people who's really good as well. But if anyone, how do you reach to our embassy? You would just Google it. How you do that? I don't know how to even reach the embassy. How would
We've done this several times in the past, Stefania, and The Universal Council has put out the information, how to contact with the full list of embassies around the world and so on.
Okay.
Well, that list must be still available. I think it's actually in, it might be in the KF Wikipedia in the place with the previous One Nation workshops were put, perhaps.
Okay, good, very good. So there is a list
Someone
with
should have the
all,
list.
there is a list with all the embassy around the world. Okay, very good. I'm really bad, but very good. Good to know. Perfect. It can be one way. Yeah,
Maybe we
I think
can make that public somehow, and people can, as Mr. Keshe encouraged people to not just contact their own country's representatives, but why not contact other countries' representatives as well? So we could do a massive campaign to letter writing or email writing campaign to embassies and governments around the world to let them know that this change has occurred. It's no longer theory or an idea. We have an actual self-sustaining generator.
but definitely it will be something that if you have to do it, you have to do like now, because Thursday's in 2 days.
That's right.
So,
That's why
yeah.
it's been posted already to the groups instead of waiting for the last minute like we usually do for workshops.
The one you put in the chat, this one in the chat.
Yeah, it's also in all the Telegram groups and in the Facebook groups and so on. We'll probably post it again before the workshop as well.
And it will show the gas on the third blueprint.
Yeah, that's the idea. Just read the text here again, just a minute. Yes, this part 3, as I posted, part 3 will focus on the revolutionary gas production enhancement unit, which will show a new method of production of hydrogen and methane gases. And that Mr. Keshe is asking everyone to contact the scientists, ambassadors, and members of governments around the world to invite them to be present to witness this important demonstration on July 28th, 2022. Please inform the mainstream media and share it to all the social media. And there's a contact email for the Keshe Foundation if anyone needs that. And just to recap, this will be part 3 of the Energy Blueprint Day, and that will be broadcast live during the Knowledge Seekers Workshop on Thursday, July 28th. And that will start at 9 a.m. Central European Time, as per usual for that workshop. Excuse me, in excuse me, in the regular Zoom room and YouTube and live stream as per usual. And this will be the 443rd Knowledge Seekers Workshop. And Mr. Keshe calls it a revolution in energy supply.
That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
Yes, so
Yes,
people are welcome to promote that in any shape or form that you can, please.
yes, my dear Rick, this is beautiful and necessary. Thank you, Stefania. This is necessary. As we are all knowledge seekers, we can give this live stream Zoom IDs and YouTube and all to the embassies again. And government officials or scientists, educators and all, and anybody can do that. This is in the here in the chat. Dear Rick has posted, and we are all becoming promoter, you know. So this is beautiful, and we can, if anybody wants to ask anything about this, can ask if there is any question.
Yeah, I would like to find a way to.
Anybody?
Yeah,
Sorry.
go, Mushfaq, go ahead.
Hello, can't quite hear you, Mashfaq. You're breaking up there.
Can't hear him at all.
Would be great to find this list you were talking about, Rick. But it's very, I mean, sometimes we got so much material. How can we find it?
Well, as I suggested, to look in the KF
Doing what,
Wikipedia. Go ahead, Mashfaq. You're starting to come through. We can't hear you. Sorry, Mashfaq, you're going to have to get a better connection there. Oh, he's popped out, I think. Maybe he's coming back, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody did not like.
Oh, we did hear you briefly. Do you want to try again? No, we're not able to hear you again. Can't hear you, Mashfaq. It's not coming through.
Vicky said somebody's not liking something.
Yes, that's all we heard. They probably didn't like you saying that, I guess. Okay, well, we have a couple of hands up here. Maybe we should address that.
Yes, of course.
Okay. We have a hand with Dirk and Salamia. Dirk, would you like to go first?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just published a website called billiggas.org. It's in German and English, and I wrote emails to a lot of German power units who need gas in Germany to inform them about that website, and it turns directly, or the link goes directly to the Keshe Foundation store where the gas enhancement unit is published.
So just to understand, you made a website that you're referring people to that have the links to the store and so on?
Yeah, exactly. And YouTube video, I hope that tomorrow the video will be edited, just the gas enhancement unit, so that I can edit that to the website to show it.
Okay, do you want to post the link into the chat here so that
Yeah, sure.
and it's in German, correct?
It's in German and English.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
How can I activate the chat?
Oh, maybe it's not open for attendees. Let me just check on that. Ah, yes.
Yeah,
I think I've reset it there now.
That's the website.
Ah, okay. I'll post that into our other chats as well.
Thank you, Rick. And I took about 143 German power plants who need gas. And I wrote an email to them to inform them about the new possibility to produce gas without pipelines, tankers or trucks, just locally. So today in the newspaper stand that the gas pipeline just reduced to 20%. So we all know that in wintertime, I guess it will be close to 100%. And we have the perfect solution for it. So I'm pretty busy in the background.
Wow, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Maybe we'll have just a quick look at the at his website here. It might inspire people.
If you have any suggestions, yeah, there it is.
So it's in
German
German and English, as you
and English.
mentioned. Nice, lovely picture of the unit here.
And more information goes directly to the store of the Keshe Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And the Facebook link is on the New Age of Gas.
Oh, you even have an email. Nice. All right. Well, thank you very
Okay,
much
so-
for showing that, Dirk.
Yeah.
So Rick, from
Mhm.
here, people can go. People can
Perhaps we-
give this link.
perhaps-
Mhm, perfect.
Yeah, perhaps somebody can translate it to Italian and French, because my French and Italian is very bad. To write me an email, that would be nice.
And if we
So I
translate in Italian and French, for example, you can add that to so people can click their language.
Yeah, perhaps a browser gives the opportunity. I guess Chrome browser, for instance, has the opportunity to translate in website.
Can you do that, or can be done?
It's integrated in the browser, the translation. In former times, there was a button from Google to translate in any language, but they finished it. They just added it to the Chrome browser. So I can put it in the website too, several languages for the countries which need the gas in Europe, except Belgium, of course. Yeah, just click on the Facebook button, Greg, if you want to.
Facebook button down there. Okay.
Dirk, can I suggest you one thing?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. You can put the information about the live stream that is coming, like recent updates of Keshe Foundation workshop of blueprints. That Thursday will be the live stream of the third blueprint day, and anybody can join like that, and information again in the website, as you have beautifully opened. That is so needed here. Thank you, my dear. This is a suggestion from us. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
So Sweta, you've been in to put the link, adding a link of the workshop on Thursday. So
yes, the coming Thursday, and Dirk can also put the blueprint YouTube and all in the, if he has put her already, I think, and that live stream is coming, and that he can put that also, so that many can get this information like that.
Yeah.
Also, there is a playlist in YouTube now for the Energy Blueprint Day. So there's only 2 videos in the playlist now. There'll be 3 after Thursday. That'll be a convenient place for people to link to see all the blueprint videos.
Okay, I will edit that immediately as soon as I get the information.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dirk. Thank you so much for your beautiful work. Thank you.
I'll have to do it.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna share that one as well, plus the link of Thursday.
Thank you.
And Rick, to repeat, no, I know that because I'm really slow on this. But for the list of the embassy, you say is in Wikipedia. What did you say before? Is in where we can look for it? What did you say before? I didn't understood.
Well, there used to be the wishes that were put into the Wikipedia, wishes from the One Nation, One Planet, One Race for world peace, and from the Universal Council and so on. That used to be in Wikipedia. I'm not sure if it's still there or maybe that's been removed. And I thought that the list of embassies was also, we used it in the, when all of the governments were contacted for one of our, was it energy or
able discussion with scientists at that point, Rick?
yeah, maybe that was it, where we contacted. No, it was the signing of the peace treaty, the World Peace Treaty, where all of the nations of the world were supposed to sign the World Peace Treaty in 2015 or 16. And members of the Universal Council and members of the public signed for the government leaders who did not sign. And part of that was putting out to all the embassies of the world that information. Oh, it was the release of the USB key. That was it. When we released the USB key, all of the embassies of the world were informed. And there was a list that was given out at that time so that people could write to them.
That must be over a decade ago. 2011, wasn't the key released?
2012. I think Rick mentioned the peace treaty. Maybe were two different things. Maybe one was 2012, even before we had the knowledge seeker. I think that the 2012 was when he was in Minov, so it has to be after. I think when you just said it for the peace treaty, I think.
Well, we'll have to work on that in the background. I'm not sure where the list is right now. There must be a list somewhere of world embassies to be able to utilize it.
Yeah, if someone found it and share in the Telegram chat, it would be great. So we can all bombard it. Today and tomorrow we have got 2 days, or actually a day and a half. No, yeah, even less than a day and a half.
Okay, let's carry on.
Yes, my dear Rick, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Mhm.
Oh, mhm. There was Salomia's hands up, you said?
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Salome, would you like to go ahead?
Yes, thank you. Can you share with us announcement for Thursday? Because I'd like to send this invitation. For last Thursday, I already sent to European Institute from Romania, and I asked them to share with all embassy and representation and delegation of European Union, but I'm not sure they did. I just asked them because we are friends. And now I would like to send again, because it's better if they will send. And I share with
Okay,
you
so
some
I can't post that in the chat because the chat won't accept that long of a
no.
document. But it is
Maybe on
posted in
Telegram you can send me.
it's posted in all the Telegram groups, and I'll send it personally to you as well.
Yes, because I'm not member of any group, Telegram group. Anyway, I am incognito everywhere, and but I'd like to help. Here you have diplomatic corps of European Union. Each country has a mission to European Union, and also we can send to them. And the European Union has delegation and representation in many countries. Delegation in countries which are not members of European Union, and representation in countries which have membership of European Union. And I think that energy does not require unanimity. Only foreign policy, culture, and education need not education, culture and foreign policy need unanimity when we have decision and on European Council and on European Council of Ministers. So I think that we can inform Mr. Keshe that qualified majority is sufficient to take a decision in this area. I don't know for the future what will be if they will modify the treaties of European Union. But we have qualified majority that many policy are taking decision at European level. I'm saying this because last time in North American, Mr. Keshe said that it's compulsory to have the majority. Not only when we have to go in war, we need unanimity. So all the people to agree. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Salomia. Thank you so much. You always cooperate, always so much in love with all of us, all the knowledge seekers all over. Thank you, my dear. And your name means peace. Thank you. And
much love.
Much love to you, my dear. We are all knowledge seekers, and now we are promoters, all of us, all over the world. Thank you. And if there is a question from Stephanie, yeah, okay. We can, if there is no question for now, we can go to the next slide. Yes.
Sweta, it's Dean here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Welcome, my dear.
Sorry, I'm driving back at the moment. I've just been sharing experiences and taking recordings of various souls that have been enhanced and gone through a process of experiencing many different soul aspects, from physical interactions that have created wonderful tingling sensations across the whole of their body and greatly enhanced their physicality, to other souls that have experienced touching unity, touching the essence of the existence of being present and being present as a soul. And so it's been quite an extraordinary day, and I know that it's just been announced that on Thursday there will be the third blueprint experience teaching of Mr. Keshe to do with the gas and petroleum. And I know this will be a very big position for the physical state of humanity, experiencing a freedom from some certain conditions that we've been experiencing through the use of fuels. And so this beautiful workshop will be broadcast to the world. All the souls that will be present in physicality and all the souls that receive this information through their interactions on many, many levels. There were many souls that came to the exhibition today, that some old ones that we all know, a couple of famous faces and some very famous voices that you will all get to listen to and experience through some recordings that we've made. And when they're released, you will understand what I'm saying. And some very beautiful interactions. And it's the soul interaction of this connection, this coming back to the origin, the source of everything, is it is sometimes it can be slightly not overwhelming, but it brings so much joy and happiness. I've said this many times, when you look behind the eye of the person that has gone in and been enhanced, and you see the joy and this, for want of a better word, this divine aspect that they've been touched and experienced this deep connection. And I'm trying to express it in words. It's just quite incredible. And I'm looking forward to Thursday's blueprint teachings, because I know this is going to bring about a new condition across the whole of the planet Earth. And I know there are many people in centralized Europe and many other places, Asia and Russia, all over the whole world, that experience many different aspects of being connected to and wired to the structure that's been put in place. However, there are many peoples, and there's many places on the planet that have not even experienced what we take for granted. We take for granted water, electricity, all these energy sources. And there's some nations and many people that do not have this experience even. So this blueprint teaching on Thursday opens up this aspect of bringing about a total change for many, many souls in physicality, many peoples across the planet who have had to go to use vast energy resources within inside themselves just to get the basics to survive, to be present in the physicality as a human being. So to be able to bring this new energy source to these people so they can use it to benefit their and sustain their lives in these moments is such a vast and incredible energy transfer, energy sharing, and bringing about a new condition that those souls that have experienced this this lack of in the physical aspect can now experience what the richer nations have had and come to experience for quite some time. And if everything is an energy transfer, then my thoughts and wishes are with the people of the world, for them to experience this new energy abundance, for them to benefit and have a wonderful, beautiful existence. And for me, this is such a big thing for the whole of humanity and the whole of all the souls that are present, each and every one of us on the council and who is listening now, and everybody that speaks on the panel, to be able to give once more a thought and an intention, this atomic hydrogen thought that gives to each and every person that is going to be present and receive this new energy that will be available to experience for all human beings. So the energy and the balanced position comes about. So for me, it's an incredible moment, and I'm looking forward, and I'm present with the fact that I know this will be a great enhancement to humanity in this very moment. And we can all tap into this, and we can all be present with it. We can all give it the thought energy, the interaction that's required to bring about this fundamental change, to bring about a prosperous, loving, embracing, beautiful condition for each and every soul that's present on this planet in these very moments. So please join and please be present on Thursday, because I know it's going to be a wonderful experience for many, many people. Thank you, Sweta. Thank you all for listening. Thank you. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, my dear Dean. And as you have said, that energy, we are energies and we are transferring each other love. I send you all the love always from the core of my heart. And as you have said so beautifully and welcomed everybody, my dear, always beautiful voice of yours creates this happiness from inside. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sweta. Thank you. So I just quickly add that the souls that are present today that were in the exhibition hall, they had this this wonderful deep connection and this deep resonance. And I know this aspect of the soul enhancement, of the soul connection, is within each and every one of us. I'm speaking with you, Sweta, now. You're based physically in India, and we're talking on a communication through this zero-time communication of a device. However, as you just rightly pointed out, we're all completely connected on another level. And I've sensed, and I know a lot of people that come into the exhibition are experiencing this sensation of awareness of the soul interaction. And so they're having experiences that are instantaneous. The interaction in the environment is creating a condition where the souls are interacting, and in the condition of the physical body, they're experiencing, and I'm experiencing, other people are experiencing a deep quickening of the realization of the thoughts and intentions. And I know that this field strength is gathering momentum, and is as we add more thoughts and intentions, and we add our abilities into this process, it's expanding, and we're unlimited, and so is this thought process, and so is this communication. And we are now expanding the souls who are these glimmering, shining lights, are coming together and expanding into one continuous beautiful, however you'd like to describe it, an atom, a hydrogen atom, a sun, a soul, a universe, a creator. We're all becoming this in this very moment. So it's, I'm sorry to go on a little bit, Solomia, but Shweta, however, it's a beautiful, beautiful moment, and I know it's worth mentioning in this moment what is about to be released. Sorry, thank you, Shweta, for listening. I didn't mean to go on too much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, my dear Dean. This happiness, this joy we are experiencing now as we are transferring each other love. When you are standing in the occasion when people are coming out of the flight system, and we are all experiencing the with our heart and soul the feeling. I can also understand the movements, body movements. You know, we are understanding this as we have placed our foot in the purest water ever, the way of love, the water, and many are enhancing because of this. And thank you for your beautiful and kind words, my dear. Always so much universal and unified that anybody can understand that love is the most important thing, and we haven't experienced this from eons. So this is sometimes, you know, while I am in one planet, one race, I smile. I smile. I say I laugh, and even I'm seeing the videos. Here, I'm in the Zoom. I laugh, you know. But when I laugh and laugh and laugh, and when I see around, even my daughter and son sees me like strange, like, you know. But I was so happy that I continues to laugh, you know. So like that, you know, and I nurture it, you know. Like after years of time, we are so happy, and we are here together. So thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for the
Shweta, there was some many smiles in the exhibition centre today. There was one person that experienced, I'm not going to go into detail, they experienced something the first time they went in. They didn't experience a lot. The second time, they couldn't stop speaking about the experience, and there was just happiness and laughter, and this, for this particular person, it was an aspect of going to a position that just created this sense of they just couldn't stop laughing. They couldn't. It was they obviously gone to a position that felt so joyous and so connected for them that they couldn't take away the smile from their very inner core, their being, and it radiated out to everybody they spoke to. So for me, that expresses how important it is to be positive and to stay upbeat and to stay always go into a joyous position that then creates this. You know what it's like when someone laughs, and when someone laughs to the point that there's no holding back. It's spontaneous. The whole aspect of this radiates out, and then you find other people starting to laugh. They don't even know why. So this field strength emanates from the core and then creates a field strength where everybody joins in, and they don't even know why. It's just seeing that that reaction that happens, and this person experiences today. And it was a joy to be present with them and to share their experience, and it put smiles on many faces. So always be upbeat, I'll be joy, go to the positive, create this reality, this interaction of always bathing people in beauty and enhancing their soul, enhancing their environment, and then receive the feedback loops yourself and receive this wonderful, joyous moment. So thank you, Shweta.
Yes, of course. We are, when I start laughing, like most of us, we just going laughing, you know. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta.
So, my dear Rick, if there is no We can go to the next slide. Here is the call to all knowledge seekers, my dear beautiful souls. Let's together create the peace dome all over the planet. And it's done. Use the plasma water from your cups of life, 1 and 2, to make the plasmatic spray. So beautiful. It is always on Sunday, but you can spray it all the long, always, all the time. Sunday at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. CEST time. And the spreading of your soul, as Steve was saying, that is the beauty. We always are in the beauty of joy, that has been never before. It has been bargained or any time like that, clearing up things and status and all. But this time, this is the joy, unlimited. So I will say, well, there is an spray as much as you can, as I have sprayed. I still spray sometimes, but I do. And for sure, the soul has gone to many places, and especially to my Messiah, Shimon and Keshe and Links, and to all those are in need. So here in the elevation of souls in the silence, Team Brazil is organizing, and already it is in practice or active in the Wednesday 6 p.m. CEST time. Anybody can join the moment of silence for elevation of all that is love. So here, and this is very needed, this service is needed, and you can join. And this is organized by Rafael and Team Brazil. Thank you, my dear Rafael, so beautiful work. And obrigado, obrigado, Brazil. So we can go to the next, salam, namaste, salam. We can go to the next slide. And now here we can skip today the motion. We can go to the next slide. Yeah, thank you, my dear. So there's the bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. If anybody wants to share anything, there's a wish to share or anything, my dear, please do. Welcome, welcome.